Welcome, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome, everybody, to our June's virtual conference. It's great to see you all from all over the world. It's going to be an exciting one today about music to share cultural and languages in schools. So it's going to be very exciting, especially if technology works for us, okay? Share fingers crossed. So welcome, everybody. I'm going to get on with straight into the presentation, straight on with the conference, because we've got some great speakers and some great things to share with you today. So about the Global School Alliance, we are a pleasure to host this again with our amazing speakers. Those of you who are not members, please join us, because we are an amazing community of educators around the world, all with the same vision: to improve outcomes for students, to share best practice with each other, to learn from each other, especially share things like how to do music and languages together, which is amazing. So our community is free to join. There are 8,000 of us now from 125 different countries, and the more of us, the merrier. The more impact we've got, the more people we've got joining us, the more sharing that's going on, the biggest impact we're going to be able to have to support students. So please join us, be part of our community, share with us, and learn from each other. We offer loads of free opportunities to engage with each other, and also a lot of supportive programs to help you with partnerships and help you make sustainable relationships with each other. So like I say, we have our platform. It's free to join us. On the platform, we have some great blogs, some great sharing from all the members. There's a project forum to connect with. We host our partnership spaces on here. We have student councils every half term, a primary and a secondary, to give the students a voice. So there are some great ways to engage with each other on the platform. So please join us, have an explore of the platform. If you have any issues technology wise, because of my age, I always do. So if you have any issues with technology, shout out and we will help you make sure you can access the platform and engage with each other. So please join us. There are lots of roles within the community as well that you can be part of if you want more of a more active role, to be able to promote and support other schools around the world to get involved. Have a word with John about becoming an ambassador. We also have consultants and other memberships you can get part of it. It all depends on how involved you want to be. So, I mean, you can come and join in and watch what's going in. You can come and share what you're doing. You can do little steps and build up to sharing and doing some amazing projects with us, but please just join us, because that is the whole aim of it. We have an amazing framework. We have an amazing award scheme, which is a framework to encourage you to think globally, to be able to offer global projects and aspects to your students, and we will support you to get these awards. They're not there just to say, oh look, there are awards. We want you to get them. The whole aim is to develop your school's global dimensions to become a gold accredited global school, and we want to help you get there. Again, John and myself are the people to speak to about how to achieve these and how we can support you to get them. Okay, so let's all get gold accredited schools around the world. Like I said, our main pillars, our main aims and vision of the Global School Alliance is to help with partnerships, to help everyone connect, so there can be some great sharing going on, cultural sharing. So help enable partnerships, getting this international approach embedded within your school. It's great to offer these opportunities, but I think without the backing of leadership, sometimes it's seen as an add-on, it's not a priority. So we want to help support you get this international approach embedded within your school, so it's sustainable and so it benefits the whole community. That is another aim, and obviously to be able to offer amazing life-changing experiences for students, such as travel or online projects together. Our whole aim is to support you to be able to provide these opportunities by connecting with each other, with our support and sharing, basically. So like I say, join us. It's free to join. You can access the platform. You can come to these conferences and be kept up to date with all the events and competitions and what we're doing. You can apply for the awards. You can join the student council. You can become a more active member. It's entirely up to you to join, or as little as much as you want, but please just join us, because it is amazing the fact that we have so many people around the world of inspirational educators all wanting to learn from each other and to improve outcomes for students. So welcome to our conference today, and I'm going to shut up in a minute because it needs to be interactive. We've got great speakers, but you out there, you know very well if you've been before that I don't let you sit there doing nothing. It is an interactive workshop as much as possible. So please introduce yourself in the chat. Tell us where you're from. If you've got any questions for the speakers, put it in the chat, or raise your hand. We'll keep an eye out if you want to speak out at the time, but basically connect and engage with us. make the most of having these speakers here. If you've got questions for them, ask them live. This is also being recorded and will be shared on the platform for those who can't attend to watch it anytime they want, and will be kept for posterity for everyone to look back and watch me being an idiot and waffle on. Okay, so let's move on. Like I said, it's interactive. We want to hear from you. So we want you to answer these questions. Give us your opinion. How much, it's unfortunately that's right in the middle of the screen. How much music provision is there in their school? So please participate. The poll is open now. You have 3 choices. A lot, it's there, but needs improving, but very little. So please participate. Share your views. It looks like everybody's voting now. Thank you very much. Ooh. It looks like it's fairly valued, but it definitely needs improvement. I think needs improvement seems to be winning. We nearly got. I'm glad to see that very little not valued is only a small number. Okay, has everyone had a chance to vote? I think we've still got a few more who can make an opinion. Please vote if you can. I can't because I'm hosting my screen. I'll give you 2 more minutes to all give an opinion. Okay, I think we're done. And unfortunately, needs improvement seems to be one of the biggest areas. But it's still there, which is fantastic. Hannah, are you able to share the results? And we'll stop the poll there. Thank you very much for participating. Again, all these results will be shared in the chat and for the future. Thank you very much for that. Have we shared, Hannah? Can everyone see?
Yep, it's been on.
Wonderful. Thank you, guys. Right. Okay. And again, if anyone's been before, they know very well that I won't let you sit there hiding with no screen. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. You're going to turn your cameras on. You're going to practice your smiles, brush your hair, whatever you will need to do, because we're going to take some screenshots and want to see you all. And I won't name and shame, but I can see if you've got your camera off. So please, cameras on, even if it's only for this little minute now. We want to see you. It's so much nicer for the speakers to see who they're talking to. So put your cameras on, practice your smiles, because we're going to take some screenshots. Are we ready? Okay, let's smile. Oh, smile. And again, Hannah, we're taking some nice screenshots. As always, I have my mouth open and my eyes closed. Thank you. Wonderful. Oh, great smiles. I'm glad everyone's joined in. Thank you so much. Hannah, are we okay? We've got a few some mug shots there now. Some familiar faces I see, which is fantastic. Nice to see everybody. Okay, I'm going to hide again now because we're on to the exciting, important bit, which is our speakers. We have some great speakers lined up for you with some great music to hear as well. So I'm going to hand over to John, who's going to introduce them, and I'm going to sit back and listen. So thank you, John.
Great. Thank you, Tony. And a big thank you and a big welcome to our wonderful Global School Alliance family of wonderful educators. You are the most important people in the world, and we are proud and delighted to work with so many amazing educators. So a big welcome to our contributors today. I'll introduce them all. Hello, Michael Potts and Edouard Priem. Michael was a UK engineer with a focus on sustainability and joined the very amazing Polar Bears project that we'll be learning about after relocating to the south of France. Edouard is a singer-songwriter from Belgium and created climate projects in Belgium and Portugal. Both understand the key importance of using music and diversity to enable great climate education work and using language to unite and help address planetary problems. So you're both very welcome. And it's hello to Susie Buell. Susie is a well-known and experienced language teacher and trainer. She's taught Mandarin, French, Spanish, and German, and is a UK lead practitioner for languages. Susie has also established her own educational consultancy to support the teaching and learning of languages globally. And great to have her as a Global School Alliance School Ambassador. So you're very welcome. And it's hello to Anna Azarova. Anna is the communications lead for the British International School in Ukraine and has a key role in integrating the British and Ukrainian curricula in seamlessly combining online and offline learning options. Anna has a great commitment to supporting globally minded and lifelong learners to ensure that they play a vital role in the recovery of Ukraine. So a special welcome to you, Anna. And she's joined by Sarah Mallow. Hello, Sarah. And we're very proud because as a Liverpool-based organisation to have Sarah joining us. Sarah's been in education for 25 years and has always had a passion for languages, culture, and international projects. She is a language hub coordinator and literacy lead at the wonderful Liverpool Life Sciences and Studios School. She supports students in taking exams in 12 languages. Great work there, Sarah. And has founded the Welcome Academia Language School in Madrid and has also taught in Spain and the USA. So you're very welcome, Sarah. And last but certainly not least, a big welcome to Gawad Mustone. Gawad is the Director of International Partnerships at Kingswood School in Bath in southwest England. A keen advocate of STEM education and a member of the Royal Academy of Engineering and a fellow of the Chartered College of Teaching. Gawad recently chaired an important seminar entitled Developing Sustainable Global Partnerships as part of his school's 275th anniversary. So it's a big happy birthday to your school, Gawad, and the Methodist schools globally. So without further ado, let's start our wonderful presentations. And it's hello to Michael and Edouard, who will be telling you about the great Give Polar Bears Hope project. So over to you, gentlemen.
And I'm going to press your slides for you. Is that right? I'm continuing to share. So let me know when you need me to move on. Okay.
I'll say next slide, but not yet. So welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for having us, the Global School Alliance. Wow, what an organization. And I like the poll because it ended up with room for improvement. And we'd love to be one of those room for improvements, including our song. So what is the Give Better project? We're basically a climate song in 2 languages, French and English. And the English is often used in foreign schools where they teach English as a foreign language. Edward composed the song in Belgium and got some initial interest. Last year, we saw it going in 100+ schools in Portugal. And this year, we'd love the Global School Alliance to join us and hopefully pull in some of their schools and reach our goal of over 1,000 schools singing this song, embracing culture, embracing language, and saving the planet at the same time. In the song, we sing about prepare the ground for tomorrow's trees. And obviously, this has an educational message as well as just a planet message. And we believe that everybody needs to unite. And this is why we're so attracted to the Global School Alliance, because it's together that we're all going to make a difference. It's not individuals doing individual things. It's when everybody shares, when everybody communicates. We love that. And we're really excited about being part of that. And some of the challenges. There's challenges everywhere we look. And most of us around the world can understand that the planet is a challenge. It is getting warmer, and it's something we have to face. So let's go to the next slide. Who are we? So I'm sort of the teacher, and Edouard's the talent. Dis bonjour, Edouard. Are you there?
Hello, everybody. Bonjour tout le monde. Hola, ¿cómo está? Gracias por estar aquí con nosotros hoy. Gracias a los organizadores. Esta una oportunidad fantástica para las escuelas. Dank u wel voor uw bijzijn hier en voor alle deelnemers en organisatoren. Het is een fantastische start voor de zomer en voor de scholen en voor de komende muziek tijdens de zomer. So that's in Dutch. And now I'm going to do it in French. Bonjour tout le monde, merci d'être là. Et bonjour à tous les organisateurs. Et c'est formidable comme initiative pour lancer la musique cet été dans les écoles. Et j'espère que ça va continuer. Voilà, voilà.
Fantastic, Edward. And like all artists, he needs a little bit of control. So instead of listening to us from it, let's look at a short video that introduces how the school and how schools have interacted with the song and how it plays.
We people do have intelligent hearts. We share our talents and do our parts. We reach out to folks on their knees and prepare the ground for tomorrow's trees. And what we buy no more
will be sold no more.
Too much plastic buying,
Too much plastic eating,
too much plastic surgery
in our plastic dwellings. See polar bears lie in beds of roses. See polar bears lie in beds of roses. No teachers, we know the gestures.
This is the way we walk the earth, cause we know what all of this is worth. This is the way we walk the earth, cause we know what all of this is worth.
Fabulous. Okay. Okay, it's not letting me stop sharing. Hold on a second.
Come on, Tony. Magic. Always
yes,
magic.
technology. Come on, please stop. Yeah, right. Hold on. Let's go back to where we were. Fantastic. Sorry about that. Okay, over to you. Sorry. Want to continue, Michael?
It's Edward's going to talk
Yes,
on this one.
Edward, sorry, Edward.
Yeah, hello, Tony. It's my turn. So, in fact, as you can see with the song, that we want to save the planet, because everybody knows that there's a kind of a problem: too much plastic, too much pollution, and so on. And well, here we know. I think everybody's agree with the sentence: culture is the sum of habits. And in fact, in the song, we are motivating and trying to motivate people to change their habits. So we have been choosing in this project to have the pupils and the people dancing, because dancing a song and learning the message, learning the lyrics, because the lyrics are in fact very important message. The lyrics are about the Sustainable Development Goals. And so when you dance the message, when you study the lyrics, it stays in your mind and in your body. And when the children and when the pupils got this in their mind and their body, they're going to act like that. So that's in fact the basics of what we wanted to do with this project. And we were lucky because we had, in fact, in Portugal, a great opportunity that was taken by an organizer of the eco schools. And so we got 153 schools that started a competition, a video competition with choreography, but also with composing an original music for the lyrics. So they had the choice to compose whatever music they wanted. So it could be rap, it could be rock or whatever. The only thing that we were asking was to use the lyrics as they are. So don't change the lyrics, and make a melody if you want, make an original choreography, or make an original video. And then at the end of the year, there was in Portugal a competition. And you can see on our link on our YouTube channel that there were 10 winners. And so we have been showing just a few slides ago some of them that are doing very well and that received an award. And so with this success of Portugal, we want to have more schools doing that. And now we are already in Belgium. We started also in Kenya and in Uganda, and we really would like Global School Alliance to take it over and creating also that social bonding, in fact, because you know, this core message is powered by music and is creating a kind of a social bonding that is a very important thing. So that's what I had to say. Yes, something important. We are not obliging, or we are not saying to the teachers or to the school directors how they have to do it. I mean, they can study the lyrics, they can translate it, they can make choreography, they can make a music, they can do whatever they want, because all the music sheets, the lyrics, the possibility to download the videos, even the tutos are on our website, and they all can use it for free, of course. And we're happy if they could share it with us and on the social media, of course. So why do we choose English and French? But because I'm Belgium, and in Belgium we are, how can I say, we have 3 languages, in fact: French, Dutch and German, but I am French talking person, educated in French, and English is not such a problem for me. I think so. Well, so we did it in English and French. Why climate? Well, climate, because I think the symbol of a polar bear, the polar bear is a nice symbol, I think, to show to people that the ice is melting, and the fact that the ice is melting, it's due to the climate change. So that's why we did it. So I think I talked enough. Is it, Michael?
Yes.
It's your turn now. So
we want to hear from the students.
Yes, that's a good idea. If we can go to the next slide, please, Tony. Yes, there we have the interviews of the students.
Okay, so first of all, I think the lyrics of this song are great, and that it really makes us reflect and realize the impact we have on nature. So I'm going to talk about this sentence. No time for lectures, we know the Jacksters. And in my opinion, this sentence is the main point of the song, as it explains right away that we have to act as quickly as possible. That we don't have time to talk and do nothing. We can even talk and think about other alternatives, but if we don't work for that, there won't be any progress either. And that's why this sentence is an encouragement to all people that we must take care of our planet.
I'm going to talk about this is your home, this is our home. Please do not live in the state you found it.
Okay. We wish you good luck. And why is that important to you?
I think that part of the lyrics is like a cry for help to all mankind. It's a statement, a wake-up call. How can we see some monstrosities being committed against our nature, against our planet, and we simply do nothing? How can we just pretend we don't see, pretend we don't know? We can't just walk away from these things. We can see that our home, our planet is sick.
I believe that this sentence, we all get into the habits, getting out of habits, wants to transmit the message that it's our daily behavior as consumers that will allow a much needed revolution for the future of Earth. For example, we need to use less plastic
Tony,
and other aggressive.
Sorry?
I'm just saying we can stop this and catch up on there's 3 slides left, otherwise we'll.
Okay, no worries. There was there another presentation, another slide? Did you want the other video, or did you want to?
Just stop here and I'll flick you through the rest, okay?
Okay.
So just as a sort of recap, this was students who were in Portugal, who learned the lyrics in English as a second language, 6 months after doing the project, coming back and still reflecting on the languages and how it changed what they did, because and you see a picture of them just dancing and you think, oh, they were just dancing. No, they had to process the language, they had to understand what to do, they had to integrate it into their culture and make sense of it. And it's this action. Music has this wonderful ability to trick people into moving, to trick people into dancing. You don't think about it, you just start doing these things and it's fun. So we're excited that the Global School Alliance is trying to encourage you all to use more music. And we're excited about getting the Polar Bear song as a tool out there for more schools around the world to collaborate, because we can have a global competition, to help the planet, because that's important. And please, it's not about the polar bears. We've got a couple of projects now in Africa, and on the social media feeds, we have got, well, do these people know what a polar bear is? And we don't even care if they don't know what a polar bear is. We want them to have fun. We want to learn about languages and enjoy a culture of climate. So if we could just jump to the next video and play a minute of it, Tony, that'd be great. And then just go to the recap at the end.
We all get into the habit, getting out of habits.
We all get into the habit of getting out of habits.
plastic. Eating
Too much plastic surgery.
in our plastic dwellings.
We now choose what to eat
We now choose how to wrap it.
and what we buy no more.
Will be sold no more.
It's getting warmer in our nature, and it breaks the ice. Everybody unite. It's getting warmer in our.
Is that enough, do you think, or a bit more?
That's enough. No, all these videos are available online. And what we want the people is that in their quiet time to go and have a look at the sites and move on. So as the next steps from us, we really want the Global School Alliance to encourage you all to embrace music. We'd love to be one of those opportunities for improvement and have our song integrated. And we're hoping that with John's help, we will be able to announce with some enthusiasm in the schools a global event where we'll be sharing hopefully videos and performances from lots and lots of Global School Alliance schools and maybe some of our other schools. So it's just a huge celebration of purposeful fun where we've integrated language and music and culture. So that's our hope to all the people watching today. Please help us and join in. If you just click to the last slide, Tony, that's our contact information. And I'm sorry that we rushed through it, but I really hope it's given you a taster for what the Polar Bears Hope Project is about. And we look forward to having you.
Thanks,
Thanks,
you.
Michael. Thanks, Edouard. It's a brilliant project, and we'll share this widely. And we look forward to working with the Polar Bears. Great creative use of music. And it's hello to the wonderful Susie Buell that many of you know well. Over to you, Susie.
Thank you. I'll just share my screen, John. Well, it's great to be here this evening. Just bear with me. Why is it not? I had it all set up beautifully and it's not sharing. It's not actually showing my background, John. So I don't know if I'm in presenter mode.
Susie, if you like, we can play it for you.
Yeah, if that would be easier. I think we had a few issues with the videos, but if you have that, John, that would be great. And the links are all in there. So if we have any technical issues, you'll get the presentation afterwards. So that would be great. Well, welcome. I'm not going to spend too much time, but as Tony very kindly said earlier, I have been teaching languages for a very, very long time. So not only am I interested in language learning, but I'm also a very keen music lover. I'm not particularly musical myself. I've actually just got back from Essaouira in Morocco, where I went to the world famous UNESCO Gnawa Festival. So for the Moroccans on the call, it was absolutely fantastic, and I will definitely be going back again. You can go forward one slide, John, please. So I'm going to be talking very briefly, so as not to steal too much time from the other presenters, about music and language learning, and essentially about teaching about the Sustainable Development Goals through song. So next slide, please, John. We're going to start with a song. Now, I think, John, if you click on there, it should take us to YouTube where we can watch maybe a minute or so of this little clip in English, just for our English video.
Tell me, what do you know about the SDGs? You see, each of us on Earth plays a vital role in working towards sustainable development goals. It takes heart and soul, not taking things for granted. Peace and prosperity for people and the planet. This we've got to manage. The future we must plan it to work to our advantage and continue to do damage. Sustainable development goals, what do they mean? These are the SDGs from 1 to 17. No poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education for all human beings, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy across every nation. These are our obligations. That means you and me both. Decent work and economic growth, industry, innovation and infrastructure, reduced inequalities for them, him and her, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production. We need unity, climate action, life below water and life on land. They go hand in hand. Peace, justice, and strong institutions. Partnerships for the goals to reach solutions. What's your contribution to sustainable development? Ask yourself this question, no question is more relevant. What's your contribution to sustainable development? Ask yourself this question, no question is more relevant.
Okay.
So I hope that gives you a little flavor there. So the Sustainable Development Goals for me are really, really important. And if we go to the next slide, as a teacher, I think I spend a lot of my time creating new resources. It's 23 years that I've been in the classroom, but I'm always looking for new and exciting and creative ways of engaging my learners. So where can you go to find good resources? Well, first of all, for those of you on the call who are teaching French and Spanish and German as a foreign language, the Leeds Development Education website, which is the link on the slides, is a fantastic source of free lessons. There are 20 lessons in all three languages, French, German and Spanish. I contributed towards the French ones. And within those resources, which are all about the Sustainable Development Goals, linked carefully to the languages curriculum, you can also find lots of links to music. And I'll show you one or two of those in a second. And then I think where we all tend to go for music resources, YouTube and Vimeo. So if we could go forward to the next slide, I'm just going to show you an example. So this is the interface that you will engage with if you connect to the Leeds DEC website. And they are called Global Learning Lessons. So as I said, 20 free lessons, complete lessons in PowerPoints, lesson plans, and links to the Sustainable Development Goals. And if you look at the screenshot here, the ones that I've ticked, zero poverty, zero hunger, health and well-being, they're all topics traditionally, certainly in a UK languages curriculum, that we teach anyway. So it's just a case of creatively thinking about how, when we talk about food, for example, can we link that to Sustainable Development Goal number 2, which is all about zero hunger. So it's just flipping the topic a little bit on its head. If we click to the next slide, please. And then when you get into that link, it will divide up into French, German and Spanish. And you can see at the bottom there, if you click on each of the links, it will tell you which specific Sustainable Development Goal you are looking at. So you might be interested, for example, in gender equality. And then you click on that link and it will take you to the slides and any songs and associated resources. Next slide, please, Tony. So one of the lessons is around climate action, and we're not going to do that now, but if you click on the hyperlinks, it will take you directly to the lesson. So you can see there's a slide deck that you can click on to go through the lessons. There's a lesson plan which talks you through how you might use the lesson. And then there's also the resource, which is the Monsieur Tout le Monde song. And if we click to the next slide, Tony, I don't think we're going to have time for this one and the other one, so we'll skip over this. But when you get the resource, you will be able to see the song in French. If we move on to the next one, quality education is a really big, it's one of the Sustainable Development Goals that hits me the most because I'm a teacher. So I think it's completely fair that everyone, no matter where they are born and brought up, should have equal rights to education. Sadly, that isn't necessarily the case, but it's certainly one of the goals of the Sustainable Development Goals. So again, on the Leeds Development Centre website, you can click on the French link, click on the resource to quality education. And then if you go to the next slide, linking it to song, there is a beautiful song, which is by a French speaking singer called Mitzo, who's very kindly given us permission to use this song. So maybe we can have a little listen to that, Tony, if that would be okay.
Meet Grammarly Go, your go-to solution for getting quality work done quickly.
Ready for the big pitch today, Remy?
Petit ami veut aller à l'école. Petit ami veut aller à l'école. Savoir et pouvoir choisir librement son avenir, savoir.
Brilliant. So that gives you a little taste. Obviously, my main language is French, so I'm always interested in French resources, and particularly resources that come from outside of mainland France, resources from the wider Francosphere. So this is a really nice way of connecting to the Sustainable Development Goal around education for all. And I think it's really important that when we teach the topic of school and future plans, that we don't just focus on what's in our pencil case and what are our favorite subjects, but that we deal with quite meaty and quite important issues like the Sustainable Development Goals, where we're saying, okay, we need to know all of that stuff for our exams, but actually in the context of the topic of education, are the children that we teach aware that the right that they perhaps take for granted isn't necessarily afforded to all children? So just to finish, a couple more links. We're not going to click on these because of time, but I thought, depending on your language, whether you're coming with English or French or Spanish, I collated through a number of friends a list of songs that you might be interested in that are linked to various of those Sustainable Development Goals. So if you just go to the final slide, I think, Tony, thank you very much for listening. Please do keep in touch. I am quite active on the Global Schools Alliance platform, so please do connect, particularly if you are a teacher of children in a French-speaking country, and there are my details if you want to get in touch after the presentation. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. Thank you, Susie, and a huge thank you from us all at the Global School Alliance for your fantastic support. Inspirational as ever, and we look forward to working with you at the new school as well. Really brilliant work. Okay, moving across now to learning more about a great project that we were very proud and very honoured to support between two great schools, the British International School in Ukraine and Liverpool Life Sciences in Liverpool. And we'll be hearing from two amazing inspirational educators who took this forward. So it's a big hello to Anna Azarova from the British International School in Ukraine. Over to you, Anna.
Sorry, Anna, can you unmute?
I'm here. So hello, everybody. So I'm very thankful to you for having me here. I'm proud to be part of this. It's quite an important event. So now I'm going to share my screen with you. Just tell me if it works. So does it work?
Yes, thank you.
First of all, I would like to say that my presentation is all about music, of course. So now our discussion is revolving around the international language of music and how it brings together people from all around the world, how it helps us work together, create something together, and how it helps us stay strong, resilient. In our case, it's very important, and compassionate, even when we are faced with the toughest challenges. So although my presentation is packed with music, I know that we don't have much time to play all the videos. So I'm going to give you more stories, more background behind this project. And then please feel free to play all these videos later on if you are interested in learning more about our schools in Ukraine and about our life in Ukraine today. So first of all,
can you put it in slideshow mode, Anna? It might be easier to see. See the slideshow button?
Sorry, I can't see it. Anyway, so I will do it like this. So does it work? So let me give off by highlighting the special bonds between the United Kingdom and Ukraine. So it all began that way in 1991 when Ukraine got its independence. And later on, just a year later, in 1992, the official diplomatic ties were launched between the United Kingdom and Ukraine. And let me, on behalf of my country, on behalf of my school, send my heartfelt gratitude and thanks to the UK government and the British people for showing their steadfast dedication in supporting us along our all allies and partners during this ongoing invasion. And now, just imagine that over 100,000 Ukrainians have found their second home in the UK. Being one of them, I can vouch for the hospitality, for the warm hearts, British people showcase towards Ukrainians. It's really very, very soul touching. So another important event took place just 3 months ago. UK's ambassador to Ukraine, Dame Melinda Simmons, was made a Dame Commander of St. Michael and St. George. I know it's a very prestigious award. So, and we really admire their courageous decision for choosing to stay in Ukraine. They never left the country. They moved, just within the initial weeks of the invasion, they moved to the western parts of Ukraine, but then they decided to come back. So, and she was recognized for her outstanding service to the British foreign policy. And King Charles III personally bestowed upon her this damehood. And it's a funny story. So she turned up wearing a blue outfit during the ceremony, and with her fingernails painted blue and white. And she said, "Of course, I'm signaling Ukraine," which is fairly obvious. So briefly about our school. Set up in 1997, a British school in Ukraine was the first to introduce a British style approach, a British style education to Ukraine. And ever since, we never left the country. So starting from the 24th of February, we remained committed to delivering high quality education to our children, to our students in Ukraine. So there are some facts. So on the 1st September in last year, in 2022, we physically reopened our schools in Kiev and Dnipro. It's Ukraine's 4th largest city. So on the 24th of March, we celebrated a milestone event in our history, 26th-year anniversary of our schools. And just 3 days ago, we, I think, successfully completed another very, very challenging year, academic year, honoring our graduates and celebrating this victory. So now we're gearing up for another, for the next academic year. So of course, we are aware of all the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead of us. So again, my presentation is start with this videos. You can click the links later on just to have the gist of how important music is still, what a pivotal role music is still playing, for us in our school. So it has always been a part of our education. So even during the COVID pandemic time, so our students took part in numerous competitions and numerous contests online, of course, but still, they showcase their talent. The 17th of December 2021, just 2 months prior to the outbreak of war. So it was our tradition that at the end of, before the Christmas, before the New Year time, our teachers and students would come up to create something special, like Christmas and New Year shows. And it was the last physical all-show performance that took place just 2 months prior to the outbreak of the invasion. Global support. So again, it's all about music. We were really truly touched with when we received the overwhelming support and encouragement in different formats, in letters, messages, whatsoever, coming from different schools all around the world, from our partners, from other international organizations. But the most impactful among them were those with music messages, music related, impacted with music. So these are 2 wonderful messages from John Bunyan Primary School. They show their solidarity by singing a fantastic tune. We are unstoppable and a better world is possible. So it's a funny story that they all chose to wear Harry Potter themed costumes, outfits. Of course, Harry Potter is associated with a hero who saves the world. And the choir of the community at King's Worcester sang Shedrick in Worcester Cathedral just on the 2nd of March last year. And Shedrick, it's a very famous tune, but it originates from Ukrainian folk chants, and it was arranged first by the Ukrainian composer Leontovich in 1916. Apart from being a very catchy tune, it's another symbol, another emblem of Ukraine's identity. Social projects. We never forget about that, even during the times of adversity. And music is a powerful tool to inspire and encourage those who are now risking their lives to defend not only our country, but basic human values throughout the world. Let me call it the first musical victory last year. So again, it's our tradition to wrap up the academic year with something special, like, creating a kind of concert or show. And, we were scattered all around the world during that time. So our teachers, our staff, our students were dispersed across 5 continents in the world. Anyway, so it didn't prevent us, from coming together again, from combining our efforts and to come up with this wonderful rendition of the song "Best Day of My Life." It sounds very optimistic. Voices around the world, just briefly about this project. Recently, we took part in another international music-related project, the Voices Around the World. So the idea is to show how young people from all around the world can come together to highlight the unity, solidarity, to spread, to promote understanding, and to make the world a less divided place. So each year, the organizers choose a specific song and then spread it around the schools. The schools, children have to rehearse the song, and then submit their recorded messages, their recorded videos. And out of the pieces, the organizers collate a general video and then release it. So the choice for this year was the song written by a British legendary musician, "With This Hope in My Heart." Of course, we thought that we would have to take part in this project. So the toughest part of it was to bring our children together, both online and offline. So the current situation looks like, we've got some students attending physically at schools and some students joining us online. So with our Ukrainian teaching staff, staying behind in Ukraine, and British and international teachers join us online. So it was the toughest thing because, all these rehearsals, all these lessons were frequently interrupted by air raids. Anyway, we did it, and with the guidance of a professional opera singer. Later on, we will play a bit of this video just to, I think, to lift up your spirit, because it's a really upbeat tune. And again, when we decided to have this message recorded in a professional studio, so our main concern was to figure out that the professionals in the building featuring hosting this professional studio had a bomb shelter. Without that, it wouldn't have been possible. And again, we did it, and our students showed incredible resilience, incredible determination, and it's not only about them. The project brought together again our teachers, our staff working on site in Kiev and leading the project there, and those who were supporting them, outside the country. And so we were, we proudly submit, because for us it's a challenging task anyway. But for our school, during under these circumstances, it was even more challenging. Anyway, we proudly submitted our video. So, and I think it's a kind of achievement for us. It's a huge achievement. So on the 1st of June, the organizers released this big video featuring students and schools located in 65 countries. So it's like, they're blasting out this anthem of hope and peace, and demanding that politicians immediately stop all the craziness of war and bring harmony and peace to this world. Again, so if you want to learn more, or maybe this project will inspire you to join them next year, please feel free to watch it later on. So why Eurovision? What is special about this project for us? So ever since Ukraine first entered this competition back in 2003, this event has held great significance for our country. Why? So throughout the span of 20 years, Ukraine has consistently showcased its strength as a competitor in the competition. So we have achieved numerous top 10 finishes. So emerged as runners-up on 2 occasions and delivered 3 performances that resulted in victory. So here we have some highlights. Again, if you want to refresh your memory, you can play all the videos later. Ruslana, how it all started. So her triumph was hugely symbolic for the country. And it initiated, it launched, it set up the highest standards of Ukraine's representation and identity on the international arena. And this story always brings a smile to my face because, at that time I was living in Austria, and some of my Austrian friends, it was them who introduced me to Ruslana, shame on me, I never heard about her before, and to the Eurovision Song Contest. So that's when I first heard about, Ruslana and this competition. And you know what? It came as revelation to me since I realized that, Europeans were beginning to discover Ukraine via its remarkable individuals, like, musicians, athletes, actors, singers, songwriters. And Eurovision became a very important platform for us to introduce, to promote Ukraine further to a broader European audience. I know that there are people who say it's a political platform, it's a political tool, but it doesn't diminish its significance, because for us it acts as a beacon, as a guiding light that signals, that the entire world was progressively becoming more and more aware of Ukraine and offering increasing support to us. So then. Another victory is just a strong testament to that. Jamala, and her haunting ballad, 1944. So it's the winner of 2016. So her haunting ballad was inspired by her own family story. She's a Crimean Tatar, and her grandmother was among those Crimean Tatar who were deported from Crimea by the Soviet authorities during the Second World War. And again, sadly, a similar situation occurred in 1214 when Crimea was annexed. And again, the native Tatars were forced to flee their homeland due to fears of persecution. And what? During that time, I was working for the Ukraine Today, first English language channel that was launched in Ukraine, just in response to the dramatic events in 1214, like annexation of Crimea and the Donbas conflict. And I do remember perfectly well that finale was a very dramatic final game. So I remember this tie between Ukraine and Russia, and the votes seemed to be split up between these two countries. Being a journalist and a website editor at that time, I predicted that Ukraine would emerge victorious, which did happen. But I was happy not because my journalism ego was satisfied. I was happy to realize that Europe stood behind Ukraine. So it was an undeniable signal and symbol that the whole world is supporting us. It was a very important victory. So again, Pavlos Orchestra, Stefania, last year. Their song, became really kind of national anthem, a national song for us. And I do personally, as far as I'm concerned, this song is tightly associated with the initial week of the war. I do remember that tension. So I do remember that we all stood frozen in anticipation of the great battle for Kiev. So it was the pivotal and defining moment in this conflict. And I do remember, these dense nights and days, and I do remember listening to the song, which gave me a kind of hope. And it was like it featured this word: I will find my way back home, whatever happens. Even all the roads were disrupted. I know what it means when all the roads are disrupted, ruined, and just controlled by checkpoints. Really, it's a kind of a national anthem for us. United by music, driven by hope. So again and again, due to the circumstances, Ukraine was unable to host, the Eurovision Song Contest this year, and Liverpool stepped forward as it was selected to be the host city, and to run the show on behalf of Ukraine. And the theme for this year, Ukraine United by Music, sends a powerful message about the incredible ability music has to unite people, to bring together communities, and to promote unity, understanding, compassion, and solidarity. So to commemorate this unique spirit of the Eurovision Song Competition, on one hand it celebrates, diversity, you know, and on the other hand it highlights uniqueness of every individual. So we, in partnership with Global School Alliance and Liverpool Life Sciences UTC, we created this compelling video message, just to highlight our spirit of togetherness. I think you can watch it later, and amazing Sarah Nala, will present it in more detail. So for my part, I can say that our incredible students, Sasha and Aisha, took the role of school guides to provide more insights into the current state, of our school and our country. And you know, they were joined by other students sharing their experiences of living and studying in Ukraine at the time of adversity. So our staff, as a conclusion, our staff gave this culmination performance with the song with a little help from my friends. So I love it, tune by the Beatles, of course, you know, a legendary band that holds a significant association with Liverpool. So we can get back to that later. Here are some links, you know, to the stories, to the project. You know, you can learn more about it. So again, and I'm very thankful to the Global School Alliance and for inviting us to take part in this project, and for the Liverpool Life Sciences. You can see that, you know, just sharing with us this unique experience, and thus, you know, just saying that education enhanced with music has the strongest power to connect people, actually, even, you know, during such challenging times. So before I will ask the organizers to play a bit of this Voices Around the World tune, so I would like to introduce the movie we created to tell what it takes to live in a country amid a war. So what makes this film special is that it features footage of our students really going downstairs, go down to bomb shelters and continue their lessons there. So we didn't include this footage into our Eurovision related project. And Sasha in the movie, our student Sasha will tell you why, through security reasons. But afterwards, we decided that we just must showcase this footage, these shots to a wider society, not just because, you know, we want to complain. No, by sharing this video, we want to raise awareness of the horrors of any war, of any military conflict going on in the world. And we don't have to forget that war just rob our children of their childhood. And in order to prevent it and really to make a difference in this world, we just want to share our experience, and maybe together we will find solutions, and maybe our children, so they will be the next generation that will help rebuild Ukraine, help it recover. So maybe they will find the solution, because now they're going through this suffering. And so we are open to future joint projects with the global community in a format. So, and if you want to help Ukraine, so you can write a message, you know, at my email address, and we will think together how we can do it. And so before giving the floor to our amazing Sarah, I will ask the organizers to play a bit of this tune, if it's possible. So thank you for your patience, and thank you for listening to our stories. And I hope that later on, so you will watch all the movies and you know, get a gist of what's going on in Ukraine. And if you choose to share further our movie, our film about, you know, a school year amid ongoing war, so it will be highly appreciated. Thank you so much for your time and for your attention.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you so much. I'll see if so we'll see if we can play that video for you now. I'll just share my screen. I'm hoping I can get that for you now.
Thank you.
I think you'll have to stop sharing for me so I can share instead.
Just a second. How can I do it? Sorry, I
think the stop share is normally the button at the top. Is it right?
Not here. Just give me a second. Not yet. maybe I have to.
I think if I share, I might disconnect you. Let's try.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Please do so. Yeah. Just.
Okay. Let's see if I can get this full screen and see if we can hear this.
With this hope in my heart, I will say to the storm, stand things up through my life, help each other be strong. With this hope in my heart, I'll be sharing your tears, stand with you through the rain. Line strong, with this hope in my heart, I'll be true to myself, every change in my life, we flow out to the world. With this hope in my heart, I believe things can change. Change starts with me. Line strong.
Wonderful. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you for
Thank you so much. I mean, just yeah, it was maybe one of the toughest projects at the moment, but just we are proud that we could do it, and we continue. So we are all, again and again, we are open to projects as such. So because it gives our students the most important feeling right now. So we are still part of the wider society. So let's help them not feel that they are isolated. You see, so for us, it's the most crucial point. Yeah, so we are open to future joint projects.
Absolutely. That was brilliant, Anna. And all our hearts and minds and wishes are with you and the wonderful British International School Ukraine. Huge thank you for all you've done, and we look forward to working with you. And it was great to have the honour of representing Ukraine and holding it on your behalf in Liverpool this year. It's hello to the wonderful Sarah Mallow, whose amazing school, Liverpool Life Sciences, represented this partnership so well. Over to you, Sarah.
Hello, thank you, Anna, and thank you, John, for giving me the chance to participate in this amazing project. So I'm going to keep it brief. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my school, what my role is within the school, and some of the projects that we've done related to music, and finally finishing talking about our experience with the connection with Ukraine and the British International School of Ukraine. Could you, do you have the slide there for me?
Yes, we can move it. Yes,
yes,
absolutely.
Okay, fantastic. So John has introduced me before. So I was born in Spain, taught in Spain, and then moved eventually to the States and then to the UK. So I'm placed in Liverpool now, and as you can pick up in my accent, my heart is really with Liverpool. So could you move to the next one? Yep. Thank you. So I work in a very, very special school. I always say it's a new school, but in September we're going to be 10th. It's our 10th anniversary, so we're not that new anymore, but we're still very innovative. So you've got some pictures there. If you see the building, we're based in the Baltic Triangle, which is a very artistic area in Liverpool. It's buzzing with talent, music, art, and you might not see it there, but there's some drops there, and that is, it says all you need is love, which obviously relates us to the Beatles. That was designed by Paul Curtis, which is a very, very famous graffiti artist. As you can see, the wings there, they've been all over the world, and that is basically next door to us. So if you ever want to come to take the picture with the wings. It's just by our school. It's a very special place. We are one building, a sugar warehouse, but we're holding two schools, the studio schools and life sciences UTC. One specializes in sciences, the other one in digital media gaming. So very different schools, two different uniforms, but we share the students, we share the teachers, and right now we share the principal, although in the past we've had two different principals in the same building. The numbers that you see at the top is 261 in studio, 576 in life sciences. We teach students from 14 to 19, and as I said, it's going to be 10 years anniversary in September. We have 35 nationalities in the building. We're in the heart of Liverpool, and we speak about 27 languages, different languages. And as John said before, at the beginning, I help advising, coordinated 12 different languages within the school to get the opportunity to those students to get extra qualifications at GCSE and A level. So could you move the slide, please? Thank you. So we are, I'm very blessed because they've given me a small wing of the building overseeing the Mersey River. So I've got great views of the city with the landmarks, the library building, the city radio tower, the cathedrals. We can see both cathedrals from our building. So it's an amazing place. So we've been given a little hope here. And we do everything related to international cultures, languages. So we promote the UN. We do a lot of MUN training with the students. We had a Arabic week a few weeks ago, and we built in the whole language hub an Arabic tent, obviously with Arabic music in the background. And we do promote a lot of literacy and numeracy within the language hub, especially because we embrace the cultures. All the students who come from different countries, they find the support here for literacy and English. So that's us here in the building. So could we move slides, please? Yeah, thank you. So as you can see, if you know the English system, it's very, very stressful because we're all focusing on exams, especially at the age of the way we're hosting the students here. We do GCSE and A level. We get the students and we have to get them prepared for GCSE and A level. So there's not a lot of room for anything. And John and Anna were very understanding because of all the projects that we were running. It was so, it was really tight for me to manage to squeeze things, but we still did it and we love the experience. So we've done two small projects and a bigger one with music in it. As you can see there on the screen, we invited a Palestinian musician, and he did a workshop with our students, taught them how to dance Palestinian music, played a few songs, just to embrace, that culture that is far from us, but is so close to our hearts as well. And we have Spanish students visiting almost every year, and they did some workshops for us with Sevillanas from down south, Seville area, flamenco, and also from Muñeiras, because some of the girls went from the north of Spain. So they showed us two different dances from Spain. And the students had an amazing time learning how to dance and sing the songs of those types of dancing from Spain. And then we finally got engaged got in the project with Ukraine, with Anna and Dave and John. And when John came with the idea, I met John in an Arabic conference in London, and he suggested we got in touch, and he suggested the project, and I thought, well, how am I going to be doing this? But it was really, really great. It was very smooth. We had a lot of collaboration with the British International School of Ukraine. And the idea is that we were going to share our school with them, and they were going to share their school with us. and we were gonna just try to promote that solidarity, that hope, and that message of peace and hope for those people in Ukraine who are actually suffering the conflict right now. It did give us a perspective to our students, because loads of times they lack in resilience. And when we played the video after we finished the video, it just gave them a perspective of, saying, you're complaining about things, but really you should be more resilient, because look at the students from Ukraine, look what they've done, look what they're living through every day. And they were saying, we were talking about exams and studying, and I said, imagine, like, the students from the video, that they have to go to the shelter if there is an alarm, a bomb raid. So it gives them a little bit of perspective, because you hear it on the news and you're not really aware that that's happening and that's so close to us. So I think it gave us an understanding, especially the students. So it really touched our hearts. So as I said, we filmed our school, they filmed their school, and then we put the videos together, and it's an amazing, it's long, it's over 10 minutes, but it's an amazing masterpiece of good work by the students, because suffice to say, I did not have to do much. I just let the students take the camera, they did the script, they got the lyrics from the Ukrainian song. Some of my year 9s got the lyrics out, practice, and they did it all themselves. So there's a lot of independent work there, and they basically embraced the project, because, as I said to John and Anna, I was in the middle of conducting all my speaking exams in the 12 different languages. So it was a big challenge, but it was really an amazing experience. Could you go to the next slide, please? Yeah. So as you can see there, they just they did it themselves. You can see what was going on in the language hub. And next slide, please. Yeah, these are the singers from the year 9 who decided to embrace the challenge of learning the song. I don't know if John will have the chance to play the song later on, but it's worth it. I don't know, and if the pronunciation was good or not, but they tried their hardest. So this is the opinion of one of my year 9s. They really help them to understand what Ukrainian children like them go through on a daily basis. So it was a fantastic experience for them. And to finish off, so we had the amazing opportunity to host Eurovision on behalf of Ukraine. And from the Liverpool perspective, the city was buzzing every day. If you could have picked any city in the UK to host Eurovision, that would be, Liverpool would be the best choice. And the city itself is buzzing every day with singers everywhere. The Beatles, but there's loads of singers. And it's very musical. Even the way the accent goes is very musical. But hosting the Eurovision, it was like 10 times better, more musical, more embracing the togetherness, the solidarity with Ukraine. You can see on the photos the lamb banana, which is a symbol of Liverpool, and they did it one with the Ukrainian flag. And so it was an amazing experience from the school perspective, getting together with the British International School and the Global Alliances. And I'm gonna just give you a hint. I had the chance to go to the Eurovision. I did not buy tickets. I got them in a competition. Remember, Anna, I told you I couldn't go, and I was, my heart was broken. Well, I went to a competition and I won tickets. That's it. So that's my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it, and please watch the video. It's really, an amazing project from the kids. Thank you again, Anna, and thank you, John.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Sarah. Two amazing educators, two amazing schools. And we will play that video at the end because it really is. We think it's very fitting that we end on this fantastic tribute to United by Music. That was brilliant. Thank you so much. Okay, without further ado, we move now across from Liverpool in Ukraine down to Bath in southwest England. And it's hello to Gallard, who'll be telling you about the amazing project they've been involved with for their anniversary. Over to you, Gallard.
Thanks very much, John. Before I start, Tony, can you just give me a little heads up? How long have I got left, or how long do I have here?
How long is a piece of string? We're not going to put a rope out and pull you off. Please deliver what you want to deliver. I'm sure
that's fine. No, I just wanted to make sure you had enough time to do what you needed. That's all.
That's fine. You just go for it.
Okay. Well, thanks very much, and thank you so much, both John for the very, very warm welcome and the lovely birthday wishes, which I'll refer to in a moment. But also, actually, Tony, can I just say how amazed and just humbled I've been just listening to the other speakers, but also just watching as well some of the chat that's being shared as well. This is a really amazing community, and I feel very, very lucky to be part of it. So thank you very much, and please do keep some of those comments coming in because they're amazing. For me, I think if I can just start sharing my screen, Tony, I think probably the most important thing for me as I sort of speak, I have sort of tweaked this as I'm sort of been listening to the other speakers, because what I don't want to do is to almost sort of replicate a lot of, I think, what I'm hearing from a number of speakers. Hopefully, Tony, you can see my screen. You'll have to let me know because I can't. I can't.
Yes,
actually.
we can see you. Thank you.
Fantastic. I think the really important thing for me is that I just share with you a little bit of our journey of working with GSA as a school, a little bit behind some of the partnership work, and actually then really just the impact of music and why music really was a huge catalyst and really was the glue that actually helped us sort of take these partnerships on to the next level. I'm also very, very lucky that this afternoon we actually have Rich Mainwaring, who's going to join us, who is the composer of this particular piece, and I'll invite Rich to come and share his experiences with us as well, because I think that'll be a really helpful insight. But my role really is just very, very briefly just to talk you through our journey working with GSA, and really I want to talk very much about our founder, and as John mentioned, it's Kingswood's 275th anniversary. We were the first ever Methodist school, and by that I mean that John Wesley was the man who set Kingswood up in the Kingswood area of Bristol in 1748. He was a man of action, a man of social action, and very much a change maker. And I think initially we wanted to try and connect with one of the thousands of schools with a Methodist heritage around the world, but we wanted to do so in a way which we felt sort of connected with them as schools. So we really wanted to try and develop projects which had this sort of message here as its real sort of DNA. So the idea of doing all the good you can, serving others in any way you can, and really just trying to make our world a better place, which I think really does chime with the global sustainable development goals. So we used Wesley's example. We tried to think, how can we develop an international partnership which really looked at this particular issue, and we started working with one of our, and I noticed one of our delegates today is from, I think it's La Paz possibly, and maybe over in Mexico. So hello, if people are watching here from Mexico. We've been working with a school in Puebla called Madero College, which is a Methodist school there. And we initially started working online with them through the Global Schools Alliance. And similarly then, we, as a next step, quite recently, we had them visit Kingswood School here in Bath, and we had the most amazing experience. But the reason why I wanted to mention this in the context of music is that although the students sort of were exploring some of those global sustainable development goals and just thinking, actually, what would John Wesley do as a man of action and really trying to address some of those social issues, we really wanted to try and enable the students to think locally. So yes, look at sustainable development goals, but actually, how can we make a difference in our local areas? And this sense of doing all the good we can in all the ways we can really took us very much to the heart of what's happening in our communities. And we did that here in the UK by inviting local groups in to come and talk to our students and also talk to the Mexican students as well. But this, I think, is the most important bit, which was the next step. And the next step was to help celebrate Kingswood's 275th birthday celebrations. Kingswood actually hosted then a number of Methodist schools, colleges and universities from around the world. So in April this year, about 260 delegates from schools all around the world came to both Kingswood and to Bristol. And the challenge was, how do we try to encapsulate that message of doing all the good we can, all the ways we can, but actually widen the scope. So it's not just doing it school to school, but actually doing it by involving, far more schools, being a really, really inclusive collaboration. So, what could that possible glue be to hold it all together? And, we've heard some amazing tales today about how, we can use music, for example, to share a sense of those SDGs and some of the things that are actually issues in the world today. But equally, I think both Anna and the partner schools, they're just thinking about how can we use music as a way to really send out that message of peace and unity and solidarity. And I think we were looking at it slightly differently in that we wanted to take Wesley's DNA, that doing all the good you can, all the ways you can, but actually try and give people a sense of that in a way in which they could feel part of that process and do it in a really meaningful way, so that everyone felt they had a role to play. So we worked with GSA and we've created this most amazing part of their platform. And it's via this platform that we then started to sort of engage with the wider Methodist schools community. And we were really fortunate that at the conference in April, Tom Camilleri, so Tony, there's your big boy. He did an amazing job telling everyone about the fantastic work you do at the GSA. And this is a comment that's made by one of the leaders. Well, he stepped down. He's no longer the president because his tenure ended. But this was the president of IAM School, which is the International Association of Methodist Schools, Colleges and Universities. He said this was a most significant conference, the first of its kind. The many thousands of Methodist schools represented are making a huge difference in children's lives. I believe this is the start of something extraordinary. He said that on the back of talking to Tom and myself about the concept and the aspiration of bringing Methodist schools together, and after listening to a song which we are now going to hopefully listen to the composer Richard, who's just going to talk to us about how he took that message of doing all the good we can in all the ways we can and translated it into the most amazing piece of music which has been contributed by schools from around the world. Richard, would you like to maybe come in at this point?
Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm Richard. Am I on? Am I getting?
I can hear you.
Yes, good. I'm Richard. So I got approached by Garrod to write a piece of music. That's always a bit daunting when you get that. Could you write a piece of music for kids all around the world? Yeah, thanks very much for that one. That's quite a daunting task. What I set out to do is, I think one of the speakers earlier mentioned it, is that a lot of kids are very busy. And having been an ex-director of music myself, and I'm still doing a lot in education, is that very often, and schools are very busy places, and it's about finding projects which, from a practical point of view, are just not too difficult and too gigantic a kind of endeavor that people have to spend so long trying to teach people to sing different songs that are incredibly complicated and all of that. So one of my main aims was to get in there, get a catchy chorus, bang, get it done as quick as possible so that people could hook onto it really, really quickly. So that was the first thing. And also to try and encapsulate what we didn't want was, this is just, you know, this is a song from Bath in England, and all of you are going to learn this. It was very much to try and capture those different flavors so that everyone feels hooked and has a stake in it from around the world, really. So that's what that's what I was aiming at. If I'm being blunt here, I was relatively skeptical about how much feedback we were going to get from other schools. I was utterly blown away by the amount of videos and recordings that came in. So we did a chorus that was just a very catchy one that everyone, I mean, age range as well, that's really tricky as well. You're going from, you know, you're trying to get something which little ones can really grab onto and sing and memorize, but you're also trying to keep your 17-year-olds entertained as well. So we went for a really catchy chorus, and then kind of verses which had a little bit more sophistication in, which we could put soloists in. So trying to find, you know, little niches for everyone to kind of fit into. But I think the major thing, as you can see on that map, the one thing that which was amazing was I sat kind of really coolly waiting for a few bits to come in, and then suddenly this deluge, and it was it was Central America, India. We had there were South Africa, the Bahamas, and it was just wonderful to see everyone. Hong Kong again, just fabulous to see so many people engaging from around the world, and I was just blown away by the amount of interest, the amount of enthusiasm. I think it's very, I have to say, being British and being slightly reserved, seeing the way a lot of the students around the world grab these songs and dance to them and smile and all of that was it was absolutely wonderful. So thank you, Garrod, and everyone for you know being able to be involved in something so global. But that from my point of view, it was about keeping it simple, keeping it short, so we weren't, you know, kind of taking over lots of other things that people were having to do. So that's what it's about. Keep it short, keep it simple, and make it effective and fun. So that.
Super, Richard, you are such a top man. And I think Richard does hide his light under a little bit of a bushel, if I'm honest, because Richard actually has done a number of amazing pieces for example, the BBC, and certainly for like the One Show, Rich, which you know, I think, and some of the work you do is so creative and amazing. So I think without further ado, I think what I'd love to do is to just share with you the version of the compilation, shall we say. Now that's what I call John Wesley version 1. And I just think the way that Richard has incorporated not just the musical items from the students, but actually then how the videos also have been cut together to just show the real sort of global nature of this piece. And what it has done, and I mentioned that word glue earlier, and it's about inclusive, and it's about collaborating. And I think Rich also touched on something, which is making sure that it's relevant and appropriate, and I think approaching it with a cultural sensitivity and inclusivity, and just that idea of a focus on, you know, mutual respect and understanding. It just enabled all schools at all different levels to play a part in it and feel really, really valued. So thank you, Rich, for everything that you did with this. So without further ado, I'm just going to play the song, and that's me done, I think, Tony. Here we go. Sorry, can I just say, Tony, can you see my screen with the video on it?
Yes, we can. Yes, I think there's a little time lag, but we are seeing it. It's fine.
Oh, good. I just wasn't sure whether because it was sharing the PowerPoint rather than my screen. Good. As long as you can see the video, that's great.
We can.
my strength, my life, my way.
I live my soul the cool old bay.
To love is all my wish. I only live for
Forgive me, Lord, I still would say I have to mourn the heart to face. My distance is my only friend. My life, my every breath, Lord, I am blind, without my sight. Lord, I am weak without my mind. A help for all the helpless need, and let me find my only need. To all others I will not be in all places, I will find. You will be all you can, as long as ever you can.
The world is my parish.
El mundo es mi parroquia. Die Welt ist meine Gemeinde.
世界係我哋共同體。
The world is my parish. Io senza me ne galmo.
世界是我们的共同体。
Svet je moja parohija.
世界是我的教区。
Well, thank you very much, Richard, and thank you very much, Tony. I will end my piece now. Can I also just ask that, Tony, do you want to now just sort of take over from me?
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Gareth. Do you want to stop sharing anything? You there, John?
That was so moving, Gareth. Thank you, Gareth. Thank you, Richard. Do all the good you can. A great song, and I think sums up the really amazing commitment every day from the most inspirational global educators. Happy 275th birthday. Just to say, we always, it's so true, you are the most important people in the world, bringing the world into your classrooms every day, ensuring that young people are given access to those opportunities. And we are all truly united by music. So it's a big thank you from us all at the Global School Alliance. Just to remind everyone of our next event on the 18th of July, which is an end of year celebration of all our award winners. And we have many of our Global School Award recipients with us this afternoon as well. So you'll probably get to sing that song again, Gareth, at that. Do apply to become one of our ambassadors. We always say it's incredibly important to share and celebrate globally the great work that you're all doing. So it's a big thank you. Don't forget to complete the feedback sheets.
I think, are we going to play the song actually, John?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we thought it would be incredibly fitting, being united by music, being a Liverpool-based organisation, to have had the honour to hold Eurovision in the UK this year, to finish with the amazing video that was produced by British International School Ukraine and the wonderful Liverpool Life Sciences UTC. So it's a big thank you to Michael, to Edouard, to Susie, to Anna, to Sarah, to Gareth, and to Richard. But most of all, thank you to our wonderful Global School Alliance community. We are proud and honoured to work with you all.
Fabulous. Thank you. Sorry, John, I did cut you off then as well. So basically, we'll play the video, and then when we close, there will be a questionnaire to fill in for yourselves. If you don't mind filling in the survey, that will help you get your certificate for attendance as well. So I know everybody's after their certificates. So I'm going to share screen and play, I hope I've got the right one, the right video, and we will see you all in July.
July. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Thank you.
Sorry, it's just coming.
Hello, my name is David Cole. I'm the principal of the British International School Ukraine. We were honoured when Global School Alliance asked us to partner with Liverpool's Life Sciences UTC on a project that would coincide with Eurovision 2023. When we think of Ukraine, we think of the war, and that's right and just, that we remember the sacrifices made by the people of this great nation. Two of our students, Aisha and Sasha, decided they would make a video for you to show you school life in what we've come to call the new normal. I hope you enjoy seeing a small part of our daily journey. Slava Ukraini. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Aisha. I'm Sasha from the British International School Ukraine, and we welcome you to Bisu. We are proud to present to you our school, our thoughts, our hopes for Ukraine and our hopes for the future, as in chance to make an authentic connection with our friends at Liverpool Life Science and other schools everywhere. We are delighted to be invited by the Global School Alliance to make this video. We take this as an opportunity to coincide with the Eurovision Song Contest and to commemorate their values of universality, inclusivity, and celebrating diversity. So first, we will go and meet some of the people here in BISU. I'm going to show you some support people in our school. This is Ms. Arya. Hello. And Mr. Oleg.
Hello.
And let's go to our principal, Mr. Cole. Good morning, Mr. Cole. Do you want to say hello to the Liverpool school?
Oh, absolutely. Hello Liverpool School, hello Liverpool, hello the world, best wishes from Kiev.
Now I would like to show you my class and my classmates. Let's go to them. This is the secondary school. I'm actually in year 9 and I'm going to show you some of my classmates. Hello guys, I'm filming now for
that racism will be stopped and that any either kind of discrimination will be stopped as well.
Hello, I'm Aisha Jawad from the British International School Ukraine. My school life is a learning experience for sure, but it's different as wartime has disrupted normalcy. However, the school is still providing a welcoming and nurturing environment where we, students, can learn to make connections with our teachers and schoolmates coming from different backgrounds and cultures. So, in short, this school is proving to be a place where I have acknowledged my individuality and uniqueness. It has helped me acknowledge my own potential, the importance of teamwork and tolerance. It has given me a broader vision of the world and helped me dismiss the differences of people I interact with at school. It has and focus on the similarities. Together, we can do a great amount of good. For me, my school life is no less than a blessing that has given me priceless joys in life. Thank you. This is our assembly hall. Later, I will ask our staff to perform to you the special song, but they're so nervous. Once the war is won, we hope you will visit and be our guests. Love from Ukraine to the world.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you for joining us. Like I say, the video clip to see the rest of that is available on the video link. We'll share the recording. Will be shared with everybody. Great to see everybody, and we'll see you all again in July. So bye for now.